Welcome back to the Grind, Sleep, Repeat podcast. On today's episode, we are going to give you guys some tips and tricks on how you can avoid losing strength when implementing in more cardio into your workout programs.
Yeah, cardio and strength training is super beneficial, and anyone can benefit from having both of those in their program. But I think a lot of times when people start running or they start adding cardio, they might notice that they're losing the ability to recover, they're losing strength, and there's lots of things that you are missing out on, and you still can run and lift and you can still make progress. But we want to talk about how you can blend those two things together and still make that strength progress. You can still build muscle. You can still lose body fat. You can still work towards your body composition goals. And those two things can blend cohesively in a program so that you don't start running and doing all this cardio and then burn your hard-earned muscle.
Yeah, this topic resonates with me deeply right now, being, we have 3 weeks left in this prep. And I can just feel my strength my strength training sessions start to become more challenging. And so I think, there's a lot of things that you have to start being more mindful about when it comes to your strength training sessions and your cardio sessions. And one of those things that really speaks to me right now is prioritizing my nutrition around my strength training. So I know that if I don't fuel my body properly before going into a strength training session as well as a cardio session, but specifically talking about strength, if I don't carb up and get in enough protein before and after that strength training session, I'm going to feel weak. I'm going to feel a lack of energy. My strength is going to be off. And those are things that we have to keep in mind when we are doing these intense training sessions, because we have to have proper amounts of nutrients to get through these workouts.
Yeah, and for anybody that doesn't know, give some context. Alyssa is in, when she said prep, she's 3 weeks away from running a half marathon. She's been doing a 12-week prep for running a half marathon. I was prepping for this half marathon. I severely sprained my right ankle, and then 2 weeks later, sprained my left ankle. So I'm out for the count with this half marathon. But what she was saying is like she's deep into this prep, and this is a topic that is really important for her as well, or anybody listening. If you have endurance goals, or if you like to run, or if you like to do cardio, you still can build strength and build muscle, but you have to realize that, like, for her, the deeper that she gets into this prep, just overall energy expenditure is going to be a lot higher. The amount of time that she's devoting towards running is a lot higher. So therefore, the time that she's spending on strength training is a lot less. So every session, every set, every rep, every exercise, every meal really counts a lot more because you're just having less focus on the strength training. And, I think if you're training for a half marathon or a marathon or some sort of endurance-based event, you might lose some strength towards the end of your prep. Alyssa has 3 weeks left. That's normal. What's not normal is to lose strength from week 1. If you're losing strength as soon as you implement cardio into your program, there's a recovery issue. There's a program flow overview issue. There's some sort of nutrition deficiency, recovery deficiency. And all of those things really can blend together so that you can build muscle, build strength, and do your cardio, because it's good for, yes, body composition goals, whether you're looking to lose body fat, performance goals, if you're looking to become more efficient, you're looking to become a faster runner, you're looking to improve your VO2 max, but also just from a health perspective. Our heart is something that we want to also improve the strength of our heart. And the higher the VO2 max that we can have, the more efficient we are. And there's a direct correlation to VO2, higher VO2, and higher life expectancy. So it's one of those things that as you start to get older, I think you start to realize, like, yes, feeling confident, feeling good, and how you look is important, but the health aspect of it is super important too. And, we're big proponents of lifting, of running, or in any sort of cardio, doing mobility work, focusing on a recovery, having a solid base of nutrition surrounded around whole food, saunas, cold plunges, like the whole health aspect, and really putting that all together to reach body composition goals, to reach performance goals, and to reach our health goals as well.
Yeah, definitely. I think something too that has been really helpful for me during this prep is the accountability aspect of holding myself accountable. And if you can't hold yourself accountable, to hire a coach or hire your spouse. And have somebody that can help keep you accountable to follow a program and someone who someone who can help you follow a program. And with that being said, on those strength training sessions, you are following each week. You have upper body day, you have lower body day. You know exactly what you're doing and you're not falling off track with that. You're being consistent with those workouts. You know what you're hitting each day. Every Monday is an upper body day. Every Tuesday is a lower body day. And we've chatted in previous episodes about sometimes we have to make some tweaks and adjustments as we go through the prep too. If something comes up, making those changes and still hitting each workout. But with that being said, if you have a program and you're able to pull up that, okay, my Monday workout is upper body, and you go in and you're like, okay, every Monday on my upper body day, I'm doing a lat pull down. And last week I hit, 100 pounds. This week I want to shoot to hit 110 pounds. Always trying to do better than last week, whether that be pushing more weight or adding in more reps, adding in more volume. You have to progressively overload. If you're not doing that, that's where you're going to start to see that strength really decrease sooner than later.
Yeah, I think, a lot of people are going to the gym. They don't have a plan. They don't have a program. They're just kind of throwing workouts together. Hey, I know Monday I'm going to do some chest, and I know Tuesday I'm going to run, and Wednesday I'm going to do legs. And I don't know what exercises. I don't know what weights. I don't know what sets, what reps. Like when you put together a program, everything should be accounted for. You should keep detailed records of, okay, on squats last week, I did 200 pounds for 8 reps. I'm going to try 205 pounds today. And when you get that specific with it, that's when you start to see the progress. And when it's related to adding conditioning and cardio or running or whatever cardio you like, when you add that into your program, I think it's the same thing where people go wrong. They just add it in and it's not intentional.
No.
You don't take account for the extra recovery that's going to take or the extra energy that's going to take to add that running or cardio or whatever it is that you're doing. And if you're just winging things, like you're not going to make progress. And that's what we are so focused on with our clients, both in-person and online clients that we train, is everybody's got to have a program. There's got to be some sort of progression. And when we add things to the program, it has to be intentional. It has to be some sort of thought out reason why we're either adding something, we're taking something away. And if something doesn't blend right, if something's not working, we need to switch it. We need to make the adjustments based on what we're seeing and the feedback that we're getting. And the lack of results, the lack of recovery, the loss of strength, all those things that can happen in a program when things aren't working cohesively. So, biggest tip is following a program, following structure, keeping detailed records of your strength training, your running. Another thing, too, is make sure that when you do add either reps, sets, miles, duration on your cardio workouts, make sure that you are incrementally adding volume. I think where a lot of people go wrong, if you're training for an endurance event and you're going to run a half marathon and you are like, I'm going to sign up for this half marathon in 4 weeks, you're going to crank up running volume really quickly. And yeah, you're probably going to notice that your strength training workouts, you're significantly weaker because you only gave yourself 4 weeks to train. And maybe you're only able to run 2 miles. And in 4 weeks, you got to go run 13.1. It's not a realistic time frame. So, the good rule of thumb, what we've really found is if you're going to add mileage with your cardio workouts, maybe add 10% every week or two. If you add more than that, you're going to run into recovery issues. You might run into overuse injury issues, and it's a lot harder for your body to adapt. Same thing goes with strength training, is if you're adding too much strength training on top of what you're already doing, you can start to see negative effects. You can start to lose strength. You can feel run down. Your body's going to respond in a negative way. So again, if you're going to add volume, that's a great way that you can overload it. It's something that we'll use as coaches with our clients, but you have to do it intentionally. You can't just say, hey, I'm doing 10 sets in this chest workout on week 1, and in week 2, I'm going to do 15 sets, and in week 3, I'm going to do 20 sets. Like that's a big jump each week that if you continue that trend, it's going to be a lot to recover from, and you're not going to see the results that you really think you're going to see doing that.
I gotta say for me too, it's so mental. Like everything is a mental game in my head, particularly, but I'm so competitive. So something that keeps me going is like and makes it fun for your training and your prep is to be like, okay, I can see that I'm getting faster. I can see that I'm getting stronger in the gym. So having these documentations you're able to see progress, and that's what keeps you coming back for more. Because if we came to the gym every day and we never saw progress, what would be the purpose? Why would we wanna come back and keep doing it if we're not seeing any progress? So, if you're somebody who's feeling like you're stuck and you're plateauing, it's definitely something that you're probably not programming correctly or you need some additional help, and that's something that Jordan and I take a lot of pride in, is finding the right program and getting you to want to come back for more, and seeing that progress over time is what is gonna keep you going. Like, right now, I'm at the end of that. I'm at the end of my half marathon prep, and I just told Jordan the other day, I was like, I'm, like, over it, actually. I'm tired. It's hard, and, like, it's hard to get in now that we're getting in these, like, 10, 11-mile runs, it's like, wow, that takes up, like, 2 hours of my Sunday, and I feel like if I didn't see the progress that was happening, I wouldn't wanna keep doing it, but I look back and I take pictures of my runs, and I usually send them to Jordan because he's, like, my personal cheerleader, and he's been very good. Like, "I'm proud of you. I know you can't run, but you've been very supportive to me, so thank you." But I send him pictures of my runs, and I have that documentation of, like, "Okay, last week, I'm this much faster," or, "I got in, this much more mileage this week," and you see progress, and I think that's what's keeping me going, is saying, "Okay, I know that there's benefit to this. I'm seeing progress. There is a finish line. I will get there." And I think that's the biggest thing that just keeps me going.
Yeah, and I think that's what you got to be focused with is beating. I call it beating your logbook, like keeping a logbook of your sets, your reps, your weights, your distance, or your cardio, whatever you're doing. Just become obsessed with beating it, and that's how you're going to make continued progress. Now that we've kind of established that, after you beat your logbook, you're going to create fatigue, and you're going to create muscle breakdown, and you're going to create stress on the body. And the other part of the equation with building muscle, building strength, becoming more fit is the recovery aspect. And this is where a lot of people go wrong. They put the 1 hour, hour and a half maybe at the gym, they put full effort into that. And then the other 23 hours of the day, they don't focus on hydration. They don't focus on their nutrition. They don't focus on their sleep. There's so many things that you can do once you leave the gym that are going to make a massive difference in your overall recovery and then your results long term. So, one, staying hydrated. If you are working hard, you need more water than the average individual. So, bare minimum, I would say at least half your body weight in ounces and water. So, if you're 200 pounds, you at least need 100 ounces of water every day, probably a little bit more, especially if you're somebody that's sweating. Adding electrolytes on top of that to make sure that you are replenishing those electrolytes that you're losing through your sweat. Nutrition, we've talked about this time and time again. Making sure that even if you have a fat loss goal, you are fueling your body for performance. You're fueling your body with high quality food, and you're not starving yourself. Because here's the thing, if you starve yourself, you're not going to be able to come in, work hard, put in the effort that it takes to make progress, build strength, build muscle, lose body fat, become more aerobically and anaerobically fit. Like, it just won't work. So if you're running on E, you have to fuel your body with high quality carbs, high quality proteins, good, healthy, essential fats. Those foods are going to give your body the fuel that it needs to come in and work hard and see those changes. So time and time again, we've talked about that. Make sure that you are not starving your body. You need to be in the sweet spot. If you guys do have questions on calories and macros, let us know down in the comment section below. We even have some free resources on our website where you can get a free macro calculation. I'll leave that in the description below as well, because time and time again, we are gym owners and personal trainers here in Nebraska. We do consults with people weekly. I've done thousands of consults before, and I've done thousands and thousands of training sessions, and I hear that comment so often. And when we get somebody that is under eating and we get them to eat just a little bit more, even if they have a body fat loss goal, getting them to eat above their basal metabolic rate, it sounds crazy ass backwards, but that person has more energy, they get stronger, they build more muscle, they lose more body fat, and they see better progress. So again, you have to make sure that you are eating the correct amount of food for yourself. And then if you have like a muscle gain goal, like, it's even more. You have to be eating in a caloric surplus, more calories than your body is burning on a daily basis. So the nutrition, what I'm trying to say here is the nutrition is a big piece of any sort of progress that you can see. And if you're not focusing on it, it's a huge area of opportunity to make sure that you are getting high quality protein, high quality carbs, good essential fats to really fuel your body.
You're putting stress on your body already by going through these intense workouts. So you don't want to put more stress on your body by not giving it enough fuel to recover from these workouts as well. So that's a huge tip. Getting in enough good quality food. And like you mentioned too, the recovery aspect of doing the sauna and the cold plunge is something that this half marathon prep I've been incorporating more now that we've gotten the plunge. And I think it's been such a helpful tip as far as like the inflammation on my body. I feel so much more inflamed than just lifting weights and doing some running here and there. I have like more intense workouts now. So implementing in the cold plunge and the sauna has been a huge helpful tip that not only has helped with the inflammation, but it's also helped us. We incorporate it in the evening. It's helped us get better quality sleep, restful sleep, and feeling just mentally more energized and better overall.
Yeah, we are loving the cold plunge sauna combo right now. Like, we've been doing that for over a year, and we've kind of upgraded some of our
Yeah.
equipment, which has been awesome. If you guys are interested, we have a full podcast that we just posted last week about cold plunge sauna, the benefits, how to use it, how much time, all that stuff. And then we also have affiliate links down in the description below if you guys want to save some money on the products. Like I said, we use the plunge. We use the Sauna Box. We've used the Ice Pod from the Ice Pod company. So we have some discounts. Full disclosure, we do get a small commission. So if you guys would like to support our podcast and our channel and you want to save yourself some money on some either recovery tools, saunas, cold plunges, we have some affiliate links down in the description below. The last piece of the puzzle recovery is sleep. I think a lot of people, they're just trying to get by. They're not getting enough sleep, but they're also not getting enough high quality sleep. So, making sure that you're getting at least 6 to 7 hours of sleep every night. I'm not going to sit here and be a hypocrite and say, hey, you got to get 9 hours of sleep every night. I don't know the last time I got 9 hours of sleep. It just doesn't happen. It's not realistic for most people. But if you can get 6 to 7 good quality hours of sleep where you're restful, you're not waking up 4 or 5 times a night, you're getting good high quality sleep, that's going to help you come in, want to crush your workouts and really recover from your workouts. And over time is going to help you make the progress that you want. So sleep is a huge thing. Diet is a huge thing. The recovery is just as important as the stimulus. You come to the gym, you create the stimulus by working hard, and then the next 24 to 48 hours, you got to focus on your recovery so that you can make the changes and make the progress that you want to see.
Yeah, sleep is definitely easier said than done. If you have young kids like us, that can become a little bit more of a troubleshoot. But finding a routine that helps you in the evening has been super helpful for us. Like I said, the cold plunge sauna routine has been great, but maybe cutting back on your TV time and trying to bring that stress down in the evening by reading a book or just trying to relax in bed versus watching TV and amping yourself up before you go to bed.
Yeah. So we hope this podcast was helpful, guys. These are some tips on how you can blend cardio and strength training together without losing muscle, without losing strength. Recovery is just as important as the training itself. And it's one of those things that if you take care of that, you're going to see the progress that you want. So we hope this was helpful. If you guys have questions, let us know down in the comment section below. And if you're somebody that's looking for a program and a plan, we do also offer online coaching. We would love to set up a time to chat more about your goals and tell you more about what we do. So if you're interested, I'll leave a link down in the comment section below to our online coaching form. Click on that link, fill out that form, and we can set up a time to chat more about your goals. So thanks for tuning in today, guys, and we'll see you guys in the next one.